Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of AMC Entertainment, ticker symbol AMC. And so for this week's video, I wanted to go over some things that actually look pretty bullish, in my opinion, for the weeks ahead. So I'm pretty excited about that. I was thinking there was one bearish thing, but I actually realized it's bullish. So I'm pretty excited. I do think February is going to be a strong month for the stock. And so I'm just going to go over what I see and also some other things that have been pointed out to me. One of those things is this purple downtrending line marked by these two highs, one being the high of August 31st and the other being the high of November 6th. And from that downtrend, looks like that's been pretty notable resistance, haven't been able to break above that. And so this was pointed out to me by Trading with Emotions, or TWE charts. And so I posted this video on the community tab of the channel. And yeah, he posts a lot of really great stuff on AMC, other stocks. So I just want to give a shout out to him. And yeah, he pointed out this level of resistance and that we are getting into kind of this zone of volatility. So it is quite possible February will be a volatile month. And with this level of resistance, it's quite possible we could be heading up towards $8 or perhaps $7. That might be a little more realistic towards the end of the month, bumping into that as resistance and then maybe turning around and using the top of this parallel channel as support before making another attempt to break out above this resistance. And so I think that we could be setting ourselves up for, 2xing over the course of the month of February and continuing higher into March. So, I'm really excited about that. But so some other things that stand out to me in the chart over the course of the, past few week price action. Basically, what we have here is this line that I went over in last week's video at a price of $4.07. And so that was the open on January 17th, as well as the close on January 26th. And up until January 31st, over this past week, that was the lowest close that we've seen. And we actually saw an even lower close today, being at $4.01. That's the lowest close that we've seen. That's the lowest weekly close, the fifth lowest close of the new year. So that does suck. We also hit a new low on the day, new all-time low of $3.93. So again, that sucks. But with this, there's only one way that you find the bottom, and that's, by hitting a new low and settling out there. And I do think we have been settling over the past few weeks, and so I do think that is a good sign. Also, you might notice that I do have this line with the RSI, and that is showing that we're forming higher lows, whereas in the stock price, just slightly, we are forming lower lows. And so that is bullish divergence. I have actually pointed that out in the past with the chart, and it did break lower. So it is quite possible this is not a significant signal, but I do see other things that stand out that suggest to me that these bullish signs are lining up and that we really might be close to the bottom. And the bottom might actually be $3.93. So we might be saying goodbye to sub $4 next week. So that's pretty cool. Some other signs that do suggest we could be breaking out next week. If we do connect the lines here, the low from January 17th to the low of January 29th, we do get this downtrend. And then if we connect the highs here, the high from January 22nd to the high of January 31st, it does look like we have this falling wedge that could potentially be very bullish if we are able to break above $4.07 and break above the top of the wedge. We could be seeing a test of this downtrend, the top of the channel, perhaps next week. And so that would be going up to a price of like $4.50. So not too crazy, but we could be seeing that next week and then potentially testing the orange line at $4.81. And so I view that as a pretty significant level, that being the high on January 22nd. I had suggested or gone over in the last video that this big wick up here was a topping signal and that we did get a reversal following that. And so really, if we want to negate that topping signal, we need to close above that high, which is $4.81. So it's possible in the next 1 to 2 weeks, we will be seeing a close above that, making our way towards $8 a share. Other signals that do stand out to me as being bullish, well, we did see an all-time low and a lowest close, whether that's the daily or the weekly, on the day today, closing this week at $4.01. The shape of the candle is a hammer candle, and that suggests that there could be a reversal around the corner. Also, if we do look at this on the weekly time frame, I had suggested in last week's video that it was good that we close the week at $4.07 because that was respecting this line. We did close below that, so that does seem to be bearish. However, this is a spinning top, which is a sign that there could be a reversal. So I do think that's a really good sign continuing into February next week. And there's one other thing that I wanted to go over based on the daily candles, and that is based on the closing price of $4.01. When we had this reversal here marked by this spinning top, the low of that day was $4.01. And I had suggested that we had not gotten any closes below that level. And so if we had gotten a close below it, that would negate the reversal signal. And so with the close at $4.01, it is at that level. We have not seen a close lower than this low. And so that suggests to me that the reversal could still be in play. While we did get rejected up here, I do think that we will be making an attempt at $4.81 next week. And if we can close the week above that, I think that we will be heading up to test the top of this channel around $6.30, continuing up to test this downtrend of resistance, which could be hit around $7, but quite possible we will be testing $8 as well. So yeah, I just think that there's so many bullish things lining up for AMC. While we might have hit an all-time low today and closed at the lowest weekly close of the year, this, I think, is the best buying opportunity that we're going to see, even better than last week's. And so I think that's really great. And I'm just going to close this video with this cartoon that I found pretty funny today. I do think that 6 weeks from now, not only will spring be in the air, I think AMC is going to be in the air as well. But, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.